Hello. It's been a really good minute. It's been a really good, I don't know where to look. Right here? Right there. It's been a really good minute since I have been on YouTube in general. There's a little bit of good reason for that. I have been vlogging, y'all, for these past couple years since I've been on hiatus, and so I'm preparing to get all of these videos together. So I mean, I just went and read through all y'all comments, and you all are still commenting on things, and just really commenting of how helpful these videos are for you all. So I just need to put them out and stop, like, just because, like, why? Somebody posted, let me get the Instagram post, and then I'll kind of get into what I'm talking about today, which is 5 things I learned today as a couple and family therapist. But this post says, don't stay in the boat when you really want to walk on some water. Don't stay in the boat when you really want to walk on water. Why stay in the boat and you can walk on water, you know? And to me, that really means, if I want to take a risk, take the risk, right? Why am I slacking on these videos? The videos are recording, you all. I have so much content that I just like pick up my phone and record about just like my journey so far. Right now I'm currently sitting in my office. I currently work in a private practice. A little bit different from my internship. My internship was at a community agency here in Illinois. But now I currently work at a couple and family therapist office, and our practice is unique because most of the therapists here are actually couple and family therapists and have couple and family therapist training. So it's not common to have a lot of private practices made up of mostly couple and family therapists, which I think is so cool. And so what kind of also inspired me to do this as well too is because I've been sitting here and trying to figure out a way to, like, calm myself down from the day. It's been a very interesting day. I've been here since 9:30. It's currently 8:30. So a 9-hour therapist work day looks a little weird. So I have some vlogs that I recorded that of just talking about of me explaining about my day, all that. So just know that those are coming. I can't tell you all when they be coming, because I'm not going to put that pressure on myself, but just know that they are coming, and I know I've been slacking. So I wanting to, hey, how you doing? How are you? Good. And so I wanted to just talk about a couple just quick points. Video's not going to be too long. About just some things that I learned today. You all, I'm currently sitting in the room that I had probably therapeutic-wise. I learned a lot today. Currently sitting in a room, and I'm sitting in this room on purpose to, like, re-narrate the experience that I kind of had. I very much believe in having a bad experience and then going back and re-narrating that experience for yourself. And so I'm just gonna dive right in. I have 5 things written down here on my handy dandy notebook. I got this from Target. They're cute. Representation matters. Okay, so first thing is, number 1, training helps you, but actual clinical work molds you. I learned that today. Maintaining your modality while working with different couples can be tricky, right? Because as a therapist, you need to take your training and apply it to different couples. Like, one of the red flags that I see, or some of the things that I see that I don't necessarily agree with sometimes as therapists, I think that we get our modality and we're like, cool, I'm collaborative. That's how I'm going to work with this all of the couples that I work with, or all of the families that I work with. And I learned today I am collaborative. And I learned today that sometimes the collaborative approach, right? Some couples, especially higher conflict couples, they just need a different approach, a more structured approach, a more emotionally centered approach, emotionally led approach. And so I learned that today. And so I got a chance to experience my first co-therapy session. I had 2 co-therapy sessions today, one being my first time, the second being my only second time, all in one day. So I have learned a lot and, like, have been, like, processing a lot and things like that. today. So yeah, training helps. Training preps you. Actual clinical work molds you. Clinical work will mold you into the therapist that you want to be, into the therapist that you have the want to be. I don't need to keep talking. So another thing I learned is taking care of yourself as a therapist during the session. What does that look like? Meaning, right, and as a collaborative therapist, my belief in therapy is that change happens through the relationship that I have with my clients, right? It's just like you sitting in front of somebody and they're talking and you're like, do I even know you? You know, like I prefer to know my clients so that I can understand their story, and really get down to the bottom and really figure out the patterns and things like that. And so in all of that, right, if you're immersing yourself, if you're putting yourself in putting yourself into that therapeutic space like that, I think it's important to really have an idea of how you're going to take care of yourself in a session. Is that breathing? Is that playing with the pen? Right? Is that like, I have like a little fidget ring that I use sometimes. What is it that keeps you regulated? Because your emotions should not take over in the session, because it's not about you, you know? So I guess I don't need to talk too much more about there, but that might look different with different couples and different families and different people that you help. So thought that was really important to like just take a note of. So that's number 2. Number 3 is also honoring the experience of being a therapist, but also honoring that experience of self-care and what that looks like. I think I talked about this in one of my previous videos, but that was as a student, the self-care as a student. But self-care as a therapist is not really self-care. Self-care is not self-care at all, because sometimes self-care may not even look like the care, right? Self-care, we think of face mask and nails done and I don't know, whatever else, right? But sometimes self-care as a therapist looks like keeping your notes together, keeping your treatment plans updated, keeping yourself organized, making plans, big on the organization, right? Making to-do lists, because in this job, right, what are you really caring for, right? Are you caring for yourself? You caring for your clients? You're caring for, the answer is, here's the answer, everybody, right? And as a therapist, you have the position, or you may assume, and today, I assumed the position that I had to care for everybody. And in caring for everybody, how do you expect really to care for yourself like that? So it's just different, right? So you know how you care for everybody else differently, you need to care for yourself differently. Self-care is a little more complex as a therapist than just so sorry, someone's interrupting my live. Hello. I don't even know what I was gonna say, but hopefully you got the point. I don't need to keep talking, do I? I guess not. I've all my words are gone today, y'all. The fact that I'm even doing this is for me and not for y'all. I mean, it's for y'all too, but it's mostly for me. This is my self-care today. This is how I'm taking care of myself, talking to y'all, processing with y'all, and watching these videos back really gives me understanding of where I am and things like that. So I hope you all enjoy or are enjoying me thinking through this process. Today was a rough month today. It was a rough month today. Anyway, okay, so my last 2, can't read my handwriting. Oh, okay. So I had the opportunity to do collaborative sessions, like I said today. One was virtual and one was in person. And I really got a chance to see how important it is to build a care team, maybe especially for a family or for a couple. But I have the privilege of being in an environment where it's easy for us to build care teams, where it's easy for us to be like, I'm seeing the one partner, you see another partner, and another therapist sees a couple. So that's 3 therapists to a couple or a family, you know what I'm saying? And so for me today, I just felt like I felt the pressure to know everything. If I'm like, okay, Haley, what is the root? The root is me knowing everything, right? The root is me wanting to know everything, right? But also stepping into a position of vulnerability where I had to show other people, or where I had to be with other people. And they're looking at my clinical work. I'm looking at their clinical work. In the middle of the session, I was kind of measuring my clinical work up to like, oh, do I not know this? Why don't I know about this? What? Right. So today, one of the therapists did an intervention, and I'm like, what? Like those words that came out of her mouth and the way she like displayed them and said them so plain and like simple. You know, sometimes I feel like in sessions I get a little just like now. I had a moment where I had to be like, okay, well, it's okay not to know everything. That's why you have a team. That's why you have a support team. And so today I learned it's okay. I am not expected to know everything right now. Neither was anybody else in that room, right? We were all collaborating for the purpose of helping. It's not about me, right? It's not about how much I don't know, but how can what you do know contribute to the process and contribute to the balancing of the power and things like that in group therapy. And so I really learned something about myself today. I was very triggered of just like feeling like I was supposed to know and be the perfect couples therapist, because a lot of dynamics was going on. A lot of dynamics were going on, and I just had a moment, y'all. I had a moment today. And that's okay, because I did learn a lot. I learned a lot today. And so the last thing is number 5. Don't let clients' issues doubt your training. I wrote that down, but maybe I'm going to explain. Don't let I close my book like, oh, I'm done with the video. Because that's what I do when I'm done with sessions. I'll be like, okay, so it's time to, let's wrap it up. You know, at the beginning of the session, how'd you feel? At the beginning of the session, how'd you feel, right? Anyway, so don't let client issues doubt your training. That's it. I mean, I don't know how to really explain that. I think as a collaborative therapist, it's easy for me to get caught up in the cycles and wanting to synthesize everything and wanting to like pay attention to all of these different things. And it's also important to what is the actual issue? What is the root of the issue? And it's not me to take and carry home with me. This is their issue. This is this particular case. This is this particular way that they show up. This is all of their stuff coming through in session with me. Like, it's not me, it's the client. Literally, it's not us, right? We are there for 53 minutes, 53 and a half, technically, minutes out of their week. Out of 53 times 4 is 209. 209 minutes out of the month is how long we're with clients. That's not a lot of time. So how dare I? It would behoove me to take on that stuff for me, you know, and to let that determine what type of therapist I think I am, right? If I'm able to like think on the spot. I really today am leaving work today in a place of just like, wow, you know, because really how they showed up has a reflection on them and what's going on with them, and not me. But I learned today that what I do in this session matters as far as like a higher conflict couple, which I said I didn't want. I said I only wanted the boring couples that need a little spark, need a little joy. We talking about love language. We're talking about communication issues. We're playing feelings. We are just like playing games and just, I believe in play therapy for couples. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm gonna make a video about that and talk, because I've presented at a couple in a class with like some masters and doc students about an intervention that I started. So, or not started, that I came up with, and probably I'm gonna research and write a book on. Or like a little pamphlet, or like, you know, whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to take some time and just like I said, that was mostly for me and not for you all at all. But if it helped you, I'm really glad. I really been looking at the comments, and well, the last one was from like 5 months ago, but it still matters to me because the last time I checked this account was 5 months ago. So y'all, I'm back on it. I am quite literally deprived of informing, meaning like I don't feel like I am operating all that well in my purpose right now. Like, yes, I think I've done a lot of growing and things as a therapist and whatnot, whatever. But as far as what I believe in, my values, and paying it forward and showing people what this is really like. Like, this is, I mean, the therapist life. I'm not here to glorify. I'm not here to like make it be any like show you all the glorification behind this. Like, being a therapist is some work, man. It's some work, right? We get to play, but I don't just sit there and talk to people, right? I learn. I am trying to remain reflective all the time, trying to always remain curious, all that, and all that's going on, right, while I'm bringing myself into session with my own stuff, and clients are bringing themselves into session with their own stuff, relationally and individually. So it's layered. Therapy is a layered process that just keeps on layering, So that's just what I wanted to talk to y'all today about. Nothing. I mean, that was kind of big, but wanted to check in and let y'all know I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm currently clinically active. I am on sabbatical from my doc program, which I happily get to say. Thinking about tapping back into that. I called the admissions office like, hey, what if I wanted to? And they're like, what's easy? All you got to do is just reapply and go through the process. You know, you're already kind of in, just whatever. So I just, I'm thinking about that. That's something I'm strongly thinking about. But I wanted the clinical experience before I continue researching and things like that. So yeah, I don't know when you all can expect, like I said, the videos and things like that, but they're gonna be coming. So I'm looking forward to sharing that part. I did a face mask with some clients today. So I have like a little bit, if you notice, my skin's glowing. So yeah, I'm wanting to really put those videos out so I can really show y'all. But a part of that is putting myself out here and being vulnerable and showing you all the life, really the life of a therapist. Like, this is just like anybody else's life, but it's like a life of a therapist, you know? So, yeah, that's coming soon. More vlogs, more sit down talks like this, less lives and more editing, because I'm pretty sure I said about a couple times, maybe wasting like 5 minutes of you all's time. But that's it. I'm gonna go and check. I didn't say, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ayo here. Come back at you again with yet another video. So here is your video, and I'm going to go. Didn't say that at the beginning, but I'm ending with that. So I'm ready to go home. It's Friday night and I'm still at work, and it's 8:49. So I need to go. I must at this point go. And I will check in with y'all later. Don't forget to like continue to send me some feedback, some comments. I love all of it. And I will talk to you all. Oh, I didn't know you can chat in here. Hello. I see 2 people right here. Are you able to chat? If you're here and you're able to chat, let me know. No? Okay. Well, I'm gonna end. Bye, y'all.